Dear students, in the last video we have discussed about the structure and functions of two simple permanent tissues, that is collenchyma and sclerenchyma. In this class, let us discuss about the protective tissues which are present in stems and root. Protective tissue. There are two protective tissue which protects the stem and root are epidermis and cork. Epidermis and cork are the two protective tissues which protect the stem and root. Epidermis is an outermost covering of cells or outermost layer of cells which covers the plant parts such as stem, root, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. Epidermis is the outermost layer of cells which protects the plant stem, root, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. And this epidermis is single continuous layer. It is single layer and it is continuous. That means the cells of the epidermal layer are arranged compactly. The cells of the epidermis are arranged compactly without any intercellular space. All the cells are arranged compactly, means tightly. Hence, it is a continuous layer without any break. It's a continuous layer. The important functions of the epidermis is providing protection against adverse environmental conditions. Providing protection against adverse environmental conditions, such as it protects the plant parts from the temperature, from the water. Means sometimes there will be water logging condition and sometimes there may be water lagging condition. Means sometimes more water is available, sometimes less water is available, and in presence of high temperature, in presence of low temperature, in presence of more transpiration or less transpiration, in all adverse environmental conditions, epidermis gives protection to the plant parts. Epidermis also gives protection against disease-causing organisms called pathogens. Epidermis also protects the plant parts from disease-causing organisms called pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, etc. And epidermis also helpful in exchange of gases. Epidermis is also helpful in exchange of gases. The same functions are also performed by another protective tissue called cork. Same protection means giving protection against adverse environmental conditions, protection against pathogens, also performed by the another protective tissue called cork. Cork is the outer protective tissue present in case of older stems and roots. In case of older stems and root, this cork is the protective tissue, or it is also called as bark. Cork, or it is also called as bark. Then this epidermis is usually single layered. Epidermis is single layer and the cells of the epidermis are elongated. Cells are elongated. See, this is the epidermal layer. In this diagram you can see the epidermis. This is epidermis and this epidermis is single layered, and the cells are compactly arranged, tightly arranged without intercellular space, and the cells of the epidermis are elongated. See, these cells are elongated and they are closely packed, means no intercellular spaces are present. In case of plants, outer to the epidermis, there is a waxy water resistant layer is present. Outer to the epidermis, waxy water resistant layer is present, and that water resistant waxy layer present outer to the epidermis is called as cuticle. Cuticle is the waxy water resistant layer present outer to the epidermis is called cuticle. And the main function of cuticle is preventing the loss of water. It prevents the loss of water. In case of xerophytic plants, means plants which are present in deserts, xerophytic plants in the presence of less water. In such xerophytic plants, this cuticle is very thick. Cuticle is very thick in case of xerophytic plant, because in xerophytic condition the availability of water is very less. In order to prevent the loss of water from the plant body, in order to prevent the loss of water from the plant body, in case of xerophytic plant, thick cuticle is present. Cuticle prevents the loss of water from the plant body. In xerophytic plant, cuticle is very thick in order to prevent the loss of water, because in xerophytic condition less water is available. In order to protect that water, cuticle is thick. Whereas in case of mesophytic plants, mesophytic plant means water which are present in the presence of sufficient water, mesophytic. Hydrophytic means water which are present in water. Plants which are present in water are called as hydrophytic plants. Mesophytic means plants which are present in normal or in the presence of sufficient water. They are called mesophytic plants. In case of mesophytic plant, this cuticle is thin. Cuticle is thin in case of mesophytic plant, because in mesophytic plants no need to protect the water which are goes out of the plant body by transpiration process, because in mesophytic condition sufficient water is available. If some amount of water molecules goes out of the plant body, then also it will not affect on the growth of the plant. Hence, in mesophytic plants, cuticle is thin, whereas in xerophytic plants, cuticle is thick to prevent the loss of water by transpiration process. And in case in the epidermis, at some places, in the aerial parts, at some places, this epidermis bear minute pores called stomata. Minute pores which are present at the aerial parts of the epidermis are called as stomata. Stomata. See, this is the structure of stomata or stoma. It is also called as stoma. Stoma or stomata. Say this is the stomata. Like this, many stomata are present in the epidermis. Here and there, many stomata are present, and these stomata are like small or minute pores, very small or minute pores. And see, this is the stomata. The structure of stomata contains a pair of kidney-shaped guard cells. A pair of kidney-shaped guard cells. See, this is the stomata, and here stomatal pore is present. This is stomatal pore, P-O-R-E, stomatal pore. Stomata or stomatal pore is enclosed or covered by a pair of kidney-shaped guard cells. Stomatal pore or stomata is enclosed or covered by a pair of kidney-shaped guard cells. See, a pair of kidney-shaped guard cells which covers the stomata or stomatal pore. And in case of guard cells, sometimes chloroplast may be present. Chloroplast may be present in the guard cells. And this turgidity of the guard cell only controls the opening and closure of stomata. This turgidity of the guard cell means loss of water or gaining of water by the guard cells. Gain or loss of water by the guard cells controls the opening and closure of stomata. Opening and closure of stomata is controlled by the turgidity of the guard cell. That means loss or gain of water by the guard cells controls the opening and closure of stomata. The important functions of stomata. Stomata performs mainly two functions. One is exchange of gases. Plant requires carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, and it releases oxygen which is produced during photosynthesis. Plant takes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and it releases oxygen to the atmosphere. So the exchange of gases, in case of plant, the exchange of gases takes place through the stomata. Exchange of gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen takes place through stomata. This is the one function. Another function of stomata is transpiration. Transpiration is the process of loss of water in the form of vapor through stomata from aerial parts of the plant. Transpiration is the process of loss of water in the form of water vapor. This is important. Loss of water in the form of water vapor through stomata from aerial parts of the plant is called transpiration. And transpiration occurs through the stomata. In case of xerophytic plants, means desert plants, the stomata are usually sunken. Sunken shaped. In order to reduce the transpiration, rate of transpiration in xerophytic plants, they need to store the water, or they need to protect the water molecules present inside the inside the plant body. In order to reduce the rate of transpiration, xerophytic plants have sunken stomata. Sunken stomata. That sunken stomata reduce the rate of transpiration. And transpiration process helps in keeping the plant surfaces cool during summer season. It keep the plant surfaces cool during summer season also. This is about the structure of stomata. Remember, stomata is present in the epidermis. Then hairs. See here, trichome is a hair which is present on the stem. If hairs are present on stem, then they are called as trichome. If hairs are present on root, then they are called as root hairs. Root hairs. These root hairs increase the absorptive surface of the root. Root hairs increase the absorptive surface of the root. Means it increases the rate of absorption of water from various surfaces. Root hairs increases the absorption of water from various areas. That means the main function of root hairs is the increase in the absorptive surface of the root. Then another protective covering or another protective tissue is called cork. Cork. It is the protective tissue present in case of older stems and older roots. Older stems or older roots, then this cork is present. It is the protective covering in case of older stem and older roots. And this cork is formed by a strip of secondary meristematic tissues. It is formed by a strip of secondary meristematic tissue which is located in the cortex region. Means epidermis is the outermost covering. Next to the epidermis, here hypodermis or cortex is present. In case of stem or in case of root, inner to the epidermis, cortex is present. Some of the cells of the cortex divides and give rise to secondary meristematic tissue. That secondary meristematic tissue give rise to cork. The cells of the cork are dead and they are also compactly arranged. Cells of the cork are dead cells, and these dead cells are compactly arranged. And this in the cork there is a substance called suberin. Suberin is the substance which makes the cork impervious to gases and water. Suberin is the substance which is present in the cork which prevents the exchange of gases or which prevents the movement of water molecules, because that suberin is impervious, means impermeable to water and impermeable to gases. This is about protective tissue. Thank you.